Hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today, I want to talk about something super simple that we can all do that will change your health, your skin, your energy, and your body. It helps with weight management and it's super simple. It is adding in a green smoothie every single day. Even if you change nothing else in your diet, and just add in a green smoothie every day, you will reap the benefits. Adding a green smoothie in every day is something I started about 6 years ago, and I have seen major benefits. I am rarely sick. I have amazing energy. My skin is always clear and glowing. I used to struggle with different skin ailments I could never figure out growing up, like eczema, dermatitis. One time I thought I had this fungal thing. That's another story. But I was just prone to a lot of skin issues. And since I started adding in the green smoothie I drink every day, I do not experience that anymore. I feel like it has impacted my endometriosis, and I will get into all of that later. So in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through all the benefits of a green smoothie, what the research has to say, the biggest takeaways, my personal experience, and also feedback from my community who have added in the green smoothie and everything they have to say about it. And I'm going to answer some really common questions that come up. Plus, I'll be sharing my lean green smoothie recipe so all of you can enjoy it. So why a green smoothie? Greens are among the most nutrient-dense and enzyme-rich of all the foods. When we start our days with alkaline foods, it helps move our digestion, it hydrates us, and it removes toxins and cleanses us naturally. So much of this is because of the fiber that is in it. Something I never knew before is that only plant foods have fiber, animal foods have no fiber in them. The fiber, think of it like a broom, and it's just cleansing through your system. It's moving out toxins. So it's keeping you regular, which means it's moving things through your system. This makes a lot of sense of why it helps with weight management and weight loss. The idea of a green smoothie originated with Dr. Anne Wigmore. She had a philosophy of blending food first so that it was pre-digested, which then when we drink it, our body doesn't have to work as hard to send those natural digestive enzymes to break down the food, thus freeing up more energy to work on other things happening in our bodies. Dr. Wigmore believed that enzymes are the secret to health. They help with everything from preventing wrinkles, we love it, to speeding up weight loss and repairing our DNA. So what better way to achieve all of these amazing benefits to give our body enzymes, which are found in raw plant food. Starting each day with live enzymes in a green smoothie, you're basically setting up your day for success. Let's start with gut health and immunity because this is where I notice changes first. Leafy greens are packed with vitamins like vitamin C, K, beta carotene, folate, and of course, my favorite, fiber. Like I said earlier, fiber is key because it moves through your digestive system, keeps things regular, and helps avoid constipation and aids like a broom moving through your system. And it can also remove things like excess estrogen. This is something I can talk about on another video, but I did struggle with endometriosis, which was from high estrogen plus other things. And I believe that adding a lot more fiber into my diet is one of the big contributors to why I no longer struggle with endometriosis. We know now from research that our gut health affects our mental health. So if you're feeding your gut lots of fiber, your mental health will benefit. There's even a study showing that people who consume the most folate significantly reduce depression. Personally, I have noticed very regular, rarely get sick, and I don't deal with things like cramps or endometriosis symptoms around that time of month, which is huge. I used to struggle so much and have so much pain, and now since I switched my diet, I no longer have any endometriosis symptoms, even when I was pregnant and postpartum. I believe, from what I have read, the fiber binds to the estrogen and removes it from our system. Next, let's talk about beauty, because I know that's something that we all care about. Greens are high in vitamin A, which helps reduce acne by slowing down oil production. They also contain beta carotene, which is going to give your skin that lovely glow from within that we all want to achieve. Vitamin C helps produce collagen, which is something we lose as we age. And vitamin E helps protect our skin from damage. Another big one that everyone seems very concerned about when you're eating plant-based is iron. Greens have iron in them, plants have iron, plants have protein, and the iron really helps give you that glow too. It moves circulation, boosts circulation, and helps give your skin that glow. Another thing I wanted to mention, which is a hot tip, is if you add lemon to your greens when you're making a smoothie or you're just making greens in general, it will help increase iron absorption. Spinach in particular, which is my favorite green to use in the green smoothie every day, has iron, which supports strong, shiny hair, which we all want. Also contains omega-3s, which is going to aid that glow in the skin. Again, you don't have to get your omega-3s by only eating fish all the time or fish capsules. Fish get omega-3s from eating algae. So you can just eat algae. You can just eat more greens. You can take a vegan omega-3, which is algae based. If you are interested, you do not have to consume fish because the fish get it from the algae. So that was something I never knew before I went plant-based. Personally, when I am consistent with the lean green smoothie every day, I notice a huge difference. My nails grow quicker, my hair just looks better, my skin is glowing, and I'd say that's probably one of the biggest points of feedback I get from my community when they add in the lean green smoothie or any green smoothie. It doesn't have to be my exact one, that they notice their skin has this glow that they didn't have before. So from a beauty standpoint, a green smoothie every day is going to take you very far. Next, I want to talk about energy. So dark leafy greens are essential for maintaining energy levels. Iron helps carry oxygen through the body, and the iron from the greens is really going to help you achieve that and have energy and not feel fatigued. I think sometimes when people go plant-based, but they're not having a diverse plant-based diet, or they're not basing it around a lot of greens in their diet, and they're just eating processed plant-based food or processed vegan food, you end up feeling really tired and fatigued. Like when I first went raw vegan, I just was eating a ton of fruit. I wasn't eating enough greens and just enough calories overall, and I would feel very fatigued. So I think it's important to add dark leafy greens in. And if you think a green smoothie is gross, that's fine. Just add more greens in to your everyday foods, add more greens in via a salad. If you live in a climate that you don't want to have a cold smoothie every day, I totally understand. Just add kale to the soup that you're making, to the curry that you're making. It makes a really big impact just to add more greens in. This might sound a little woo-woo, but when I am eating more raw, plant-based foods and having the green smoothie every day, I feel like you're energized on a cellular level, which makes a lot of sense because live, raw foods are alive. And when you think about dead, denatured foods like processed foods in a package or meat, those foods are dead. There's nothing vital about them. They're not energetic whatsoever. So if that's all you're consuming, you're probably going to feel like crap. Next, I want to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is health and longevity. So if you haven't heard about the blue zones, definitely look into that. But these are the areas, pockets around the world that have the longest living people. And one of the things that they found is that greens are a staple in their everyday diet and are a big factor into their longevity. Research shows that eating just 1 cup of leafy greens per day can lower your risk of heart disease. It's also been associated with lower blood pressure, reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, better eye health, stronger bones, and even slower cognitive decline. And then there's cancer prevention. Greens have powerful anti-inflammatory properties, and certain ones like broccoli, sprouts, arugula, and kale have been linked to a lower risk of several types of cancer. From my personal experience getting my blood work done annually, I have never had a deficiency in anything. So I feel like having a lot of greens in my day sets me up for health and longevity long term, which is what I think we all want. Like, yes, it's wonderful to look good, but we also want a long life of feeling good as long as possible. I've also received a lot of feedback from my community that just adding in the lean green smoothie has helped them reduce their markers like lowering high blood pressure, lowering cholesterol, and of course, weight loss, which I am going to get into next, but that's just from adding the lean green smoothie in every morning, not necessarily changing your whole diet, not necessarily having to go completely plant-based. Okay, so let's talk about weight management, weight loss. So leafy greens are very high in nutrients, but they're low in calories. So you can basically eat a ton of them until you feel full and satiated. And because they have fiber, which is really key, it helps you feel satiated longer. So if you're primarily eating fiber-filled whole plant-based foods, then you will feel satiated after every meal, not like you're depriving yourself of anything. And one of the best ways to do this is to add in a green smoothie in the morning to set your day up for success, to feel full, and then you will make better choices when it comes to lunch during work or what you're going to make for dinner. It's basically just like insurance of making sure that you have the healthiest day possible, and you're going to feel really good and want to make healthier choices. Studies have shown that people who increase their intake of leafy greens tend to lose more weight over time. I didn't know when I first went plant-based about all the benefits of adding greens in, so this was really key to my success with weight management over the years, being pregnant, postpartum. I drank it every single day, and I still drink it every single day. And one of the biggest pieces of feedback I have received from my community is weight loss from adding in the lean green smoothie. Our friend started giving her husband the lean green smoothie every day, and within 2 weeks, he lost 10 pounds. As I said before, I love to read, and one book that really stuck with me, which was written over 20 years ago, was called Eat to Live, and they talked about the insane benefits of adding greens into your diet and adding raw foods into your diet. They want you to do this because they have the highest sources of disease-fighting nutrients. Raw vegetables contain anti-cancer compounds that can actually be destroyed by heat. This is why I think adding raw foods into our diet and not just cooked foods all the time is so beneficial for our health and longevity and to fight cancer. I know anyone who's watching knows someone or has a loved one or a family member who has been affected by cancer, and I believe that this could be helpful. I'm not saying it can treat all cancers or it can fight all cancers. I wish that was true, but I do think it can set you up for success. One of the things that they're finding, younger people now are being diagnosed more often with cancers that they never were before, and a lot of it is due to lifestyle. Now, environmental factors are definitely at play as well, but there's so many factors that come into it, and one of the best tools that we have that we can use every single day is what we eat. So the recommendation in this book was to eat large raw salads every single day and to increase your intake of raw fruits and vegetables as much as possible. For me, this just reinforced that baseline, having a green smoothie every day is like insurance that I am making the healthiest choice, putting my best foot forward every single day, and just helping to hopefully avoid common diseases that occur as we age. So that was my big takeaway from this book. And I think it's important that we all are eating raw fruits and vegetables. And one of the best ways to do this is just blend it all up in a green smoothie. Okay, so one question that always comes up when I talk about a green smoothie is what about oxalates? If you have a history of kidney stones or you're at risk for kidney stones, you may want to be mindful, especially with high oxalate foods like spinach. But most of us are not at high risk for kidney stones, so you really don't have to worry. I have been having spinach in my green smoothie every day basically for 6 years, and I've had absolutely no issues. A simple solution also is to rotate your greens if you're still concerned about this topic. So instead of doing spinach, you could do kale, you could do collard greens, whatever greens you like. That's just the base to make sure you're getting the benefits of the greens every single day. It does not have to be spinach. The biggest drivers of kidney stones are processed foods and sugary drinks, not having a green smoothie every day. Okay, so next, let's talk about what's in my lean green smoothie. So I don't have an exact formula that you have to follow. I aim for loosely 70% greens, 30% fruits with water. I love organic spinach, but like I said, you can do any greens that you prefer, and you can choose fruits that you enjoy or in season where you live. So here's the recipe, and I will also share it in the notes below. I start with 1 banana, 3 cups of spinach, or 3 large handfuls of spinach, or whatever green of your choice. I do 1/4 of a pear or an apple. You can switch this up, whatever you prefer. Then I squeeze in 1/4 of a lemon. That lemon is going to help with the iron absorption of the greens. Then I do 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, but you could also do flax seeds if that's what you prefer, or you could rotate between the two. I prefer chia seeds because they're a complete source of protein, fiber, antioxidants, and omega-3 fatty acids. They also help you feel satiated longer, and they don't personally cause me any digestive issues, which flaxseed does. You could also soak your chia seeds or flax seeds beforehand if you suffer from digestive issues. Okay, so after I put everything into my blender, I cover all of the ingredients with filtered water. No milks, I don't add protein powder, I don't put anything else into the smoothie, just water, because this smoothie is going to get you super hydrated. So you're also starting your day off with a ton of water, hydrating fruits and vegetables, a ton of fiber. So you're going to be starting your day off feeling really good. Okay, so benefits. I spoke about this earlier, but I have experienced so many benefits from having a green smoothie every day. I really attribute it to keeping me looking young, feeling young, glowing skin. My eyes, like the whites of my eyes, always are really clear, and I think that has a lot to do with diet, adding the lean green smoothie in. I think your skin, your nails, your hair, my nails grow so fast when I'm consistent with it. And as I said, I think the fiber from it helps with weight management. It can help people with weight loss. It can help you just clean out your system, keep you regular, not constipated. There's just so many benefits from it. It's probably one of the things that I get the most feedback on from my podcast and my Instagram is how the lean green smoothie has changed people's health and life and vitality, and nothing makes me feel better. So if you do add in the lean green smoothie, please let me know below. But just try it. If you take one thing from this video, it is to add more greens into your diet every day. If you don't want it to be a green smoothie and you think that sounds disgusting, that's cool. Add a salad every single day, or just add greens into your dinners every single night, and you will reap the benefits. And I can't wait to hear how it has positively affected you. Let me know if you like this type of video, and I will do more of them. I'll see you soon. Bye.